Hey guys, this former reporter, Logan, remember her? She jumped into my mentions because apparently she's commenting and saying, "Oh, this person is nuts." Now, I haven't thought about her in forever. Not that I ever did, but you may recall a couple times she was in the news. And this is somebody who's really appears to be extremely mentally disturbed, had a complete meltdown. She apparently now works for Mike Flynn. So she's all in with Putin, Flynn, Elon, all that. She's now anti-vax, anti-COVID vax, the whole nine yards. This is a woman who imploded her career, kind of along the lines of what Megyn Kelly did. And it doesn't matter how much skin she shows, and she tries to show a lot. She still hasn't bounced back, and she never will. She became famous for a couple reasons. Number one is having an affair. She was in a relationship, and she was screwing around with Mike Ware, another reporter, I guess, when they were in Baghdad. And I guess she wasn't very careful about it. So she's got a little bit, she's South African like Elon Musk. And I do wonder if she is a pro-apartheid person like him, one of those white nationalists, and maybe that's why she has this sort of hero worship of him and Trump. Although I do suspect that it's a case similar to Megyn Kelly, where maybe not a very good reporter, maybe known for being glamorous and showing skin and the hair extensions and all that sort of thing. And then they have very bad judgment. They implode their career and they have nowhere to go after that. And so scraping the bottom of the barrel, they have to go MAGA. You see this a lot with a lot of Fox News, the men reporters when they get fired. And they may, then they end up at Newsmax because they get fired at Fox. They had to during the Me Too stuff, for sexual harassment, sexual abuse, that sort of thing. So Newsmax is chock full of those types. So I'd say that Megyn Kelly and Lara Logan are kind of the female ilk of that. So they have to go MAGA or they got nothing. So this one now, like I said, she works for Mike Flynn. She had a network career. Then she's, screwing around, her morals are a little bit shaky. And so she goes full MAGA. Well, she also was, assaulted by an angry mob, I think in Cairo, and claims that she was raped. And then when pressed on that, had to say, well, sexually assaulted, but she was calling it rape. It was apparently with hands only, not genitals. And I remember that kerfuffle because no one knew what she was talking about, because at first she was trying to make it sound like it was genital rape. Well, this leads me to think about the E. Jean Carroll situation and Trump raping her. He is an adjudicated rapist. ABC News and George Stephanopoulos really screwed up by caving to this when Trump sued them for libel or defamation, because George Stephanopoulos referred to Trump's rape as a rapist. He's an adjudicated rapist. So a lot of the nitty gritty on this is that some people are saying that when it's just the hands rather than genitals, that's not rape. So does Lara Logan want to have it one way for her and a different way for E. Jean Carroll? Does MAGA need to make up their mind? Because if what Lara Logan went through is considered rape, then what Trump did to E. Jean Carroll is rape. Okay? Let's get this straight. If it's not, then maybe we need to talk to Lara Logan about how she's been representing, or at times, at least early on, seemed to be misrepresenting what happened to her. Because as I recall, she didn't start mincing, slicing and dicing her words until she was questioned. Because we went a few days when we heard about this where, the claim was she was raped. And then when people started looking in the details, well, it was what they said what it was. Well, it's the same thing that Donald Trump did to E. Jean Carroll. And you can't tell me that it's consensual when somebody comes into a dressing room, throws you up against the wall, lifts up your skirt, and does what they want with his hands. That's not consensual. So E. Jean Carroll's situation seems to be the same, very similar to Lara Logan's. And we have ABC News caving to Trump on this issue of what constitutes rape. So I say, let's let Lara Logan put on her little reporter hat and let her tell us all about it. Okay. I don't think she has credibility. The woman is really nuts. I mean, she's disturbed. And you can Google her and you'll see a lot of her colleagues and former colleagues and journalists questioning. I mean, there's one article, what happened to Lara Logan? I mean, so for her to be attacking other people, she really probably should not have jumped on my timeline. But I do thank her for sending viewers this way. There's this other guy who apparently he does this so that he doesn't click. He takes this video, my videos, and he'll put them on Twitter, but in such a way so that people watch the video from there rather than coming here. And yet I'm getting thousands and thousands of extra views. So I would like to welcome my new MAGA viewers. And I hope I piss you off. I hope you learned something, because I tell the truth and I have receipts. And if you come at me, you better be prepared. And I will remind you that early on in the Trump years, in fact, in early 2016, see, Trump had been defaming me. I was telling some truths about him when he was lying about having a super PAC. And remember, his team tried to get me to work for them. And I said, no, thanks, but no thanks. And then I started publicly criticizing him. I think initially first when he went after John McCain's brave POW service. He only likes people who don't get caught, that sort of thing. Well, I knew about the super PAC Trump had because Corey Lewandowski told me all about it. Okay. Wanted to let me know that if I would take the job as communications director for the campaign, I'd have lots of help with this super PAC. He's openly talking about it. I never said a word. Months later, when the Washington Post did a piece on it, I was not the source, but Trump and Lewandowski were lying about it. I stepped up on Twitter and say, no, they told me all about it. This was an already published report. They did a second report where they had to come after him, ask him about it. And he had to admit that, yeah, he had talked to me, about a job. By the way, I have the receipts where they came to me, and then also the one with my friend where I said, thanks, but no thanks. Really didn't appreciate the hazing, all of that sort of thing. So then Trump defamed me to try and shut me up. And that's when he had me catfished, later hacked. There was an FBI investigation, which he and his people had shut down when he became president. But during this time, they were so worried about me because I had receipts. And at that early stage, if this had gotten traction, he would have been out of the primary in a couple of weeks. It would have been over for him. So he defames me. He gets a cease and desist. Oh, that's when he had, Jeff Zucker get out the air. He gets a cease and desist from my lawyer, and Don McGahn, who was his counsel then, former FEC commissioner, Federal Election Commissioner, was trying to help Trump lie and hide the fact that he had a super PAC. And I think Don McGahn was the guy that even did the paperwork for it. What a corrupt little shit he is, right? So Don McGahn contacts my lawyer and says, how can we tamp this down? And my lawyer said, we're not asking for money. We want those tweets, defamatory tweets removed. And so Trump offered to delete his defamatory tweets about me if I would promise not to sue him, and if I sign this NDA and never talk about anything they told me about the super PAC, at least until after the election, because they thought they were going to lose. And when I refused to sign, I thought about it, and then I realized I'm not going to enter into a legal agreement with Trump where he can control what I say to him. Plus, the damage was done. Jeff Zucker was his little buddy. He wasn't going to put me back on the air. The damage was done, so I refused to sign. Don McGahn loses it, calls the friend who tried to get me to work for Trump, who had gotten fired long before that, and says, oh my God, we thought we had a deal. What's happening? They're all freaking out. But this is how they operate. So Trump literally was the one begging me to sign the NDA and not hurt him. And he was going to delete his tweets about me. By the way, his lawyers argued that, oh, well, yeah, they knew the tweets were incorrect, that they were a lie, but they said, it's just Twitter and it doesn't matter, and it's just one person's opinion of what does this word really mean, that type of thing. So do not ever think that I don't fight back or I don't know what these people are. And again, all you MAGA people, well, lots of trolls, I guess, or lower person, have a lot of these bots please send your fans my way. I love it. Send them to my YouTube channel. Get them to subscribe. I love it. Because the more viewers I have, the longer I can keep doing this. It helps me. And they can post whatever crap they want in the replies. The thing is, they're too chicken. They won't do it. So I love it when these idiot MAGA asshats come after me because they got nothing. I have receipts. And the more eyeballs you can send my way is good. So keep it up, guys. You keep it up. You may be winning now, but you all are very full of yourself. I think the world is with us. I think we're going to beat you, you traitorous trash people. And you're going to regret the day that you ever got in bed with Putin, Trump, and Musk. And that's exactly what you're doing.